Morning, gang. It's Saturday, the let's see, 26th of October. It's a little nippy out. Got the whole fleet outside here. Got Super Duty and the air compressor, skid steer, dump truck, straw blower, all that stuff. I got my neighbor's truck here, and if you have one of these older Fords, this body style, square cab, this kind of interior, I think up to 98 was this style, and you have one of these situations on your hand here where the door handle, inner door handle breaks. We're going to go ahead and fix this for him. And what happens, this handle has a little tab right there that goes into that slot, and the other half is secured by that bolt and a U-clip or a U-nut that goes into there, but they fatigue over time and it ends up ripping the metal out. So what we're going to do, there's the U-clip. We are going to clean this up and flatten all this torn steel back down, and put the piece back in that connects from this side to this side. It's actually supposed to be a square hole, and that U-clip slides over it to give that bolt somewhere to secure to. We're going to go ahead and put a piece of steel in there. What I may do is, instead of trying to just replace that, I don't know if you guys can see that, there we go, that opening right there, and close that off, I may take a piece of steel and use the spot welder and spot weld it in a couple locations around the outside once I get it where I want it, and that way we'll have a place to secure that. So I'll bring you back in a little bit. Alright guys, I didn't have any place good to put the camera, but I can't find my clamp on camera mount, so I was going to wrap it around the steering wheel or something while I was doing this to show you how I did it, but I got some etch primer over that now because it was bare steel. But basically what I did was took a piece of 20 gauge sheet metal, which is the thickness of this door, and I cut it out and then put the hole back for where the U-clip goes in, and cut the square out of it so I can slide the U-clip over. Now it's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot stronger than what we had. This whole center piece was gone before, so now we have that integrity back. And you can say, well, I could have just welded up all the cracks, but I wanted to reinforce it, so I used the spot welder to do that, and then I put some MIG welds around the side too, just to tack it in. I didn't want to do much MIG welding here because this door is filled with undercoating and oil, and I got that plastic there, and there's oil dripping out of the side of it. He oil coats these trucks pretty good, but you guys have seen the spot welder before, that guy right there, and I just picked that up this spring. It was a buddy deal, trade for something I didn't need anymore, so you guys probably saw that in the video. That thing works pretty good. I need to get a tip dresser for it, or take a file to these tips, but they're nice and shiny. I filed them down, but these really need to be rounded, because when they're squared off and they have a little bit of an edge on them like they do, they'll burn through the panel. So I need to get either file them better or get a tip dresser, because I actually burned through that sheet metal. So if anybody knows where I can get one of those tip dressers, that'd be pretty cool, because I want to get that going. So I got a shrub hanging out inside here. I'm gonna grab the camera stand, and we'll have a little session here while I reassemble this door. Shouldn't take me too long. I think I got about an hour in this, maybe an hour and a half, and I'm not exactly trying to set the world on fire here, but it's kind of a cold, dreary day here, and unfortunately this truck does not fit in my shop. It's just a bit too wide. So we're going to get this handle reattached here. Put the U-clip back in through the square opening here, which isn't going to be fun, but we'll get her. Test fit this, so don't make fun of me and think that I didn't do it. I made sure it was going to work first before I spot welded that on the exterior. Let's see, I don't want to do that. Get the vapor barrier back up on the door first. Sticky stuff on that, I'll tell you, man. As far as dirty as this thing is, it went right back together. Figure out what I did with all my stuff here. I don't even think that's metric. I don't know why it wouldn't be. It is, it's just I had the wrong size. Bolt back in here. It was easier before because it wasn't attached. Just got this stopper for the door handle that's kind of in the way. Yeah, I guess we could unbolt the door latch off of there. I didn't want to, but I guess we will. It's just kind of in the way of the that socket. Maybe you'll do it. Loosen it enough to be able to get in here and make sure this is as tight as it needs to be. That's good and tight. So I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. This is kind of dreary, boring work here, but it's something. Helps if you put the socket on the right way. I don't know how the hell I managed to do that. Now maybe I'd be wondering what the hell's going on here. Alright, I'm going to bring you back in a second here. I have to do a little investigative work here to see what's going on. Why that door latch won't release. Alright, never mind. Fluid film to the rescue here. It was just a matter of that latch mechanism was tightened up, so we squirted a little fluid film like so around the pivots, and actually got some down in the cable too. So she's working. Thought I did something wrong there, but after test fitting it and it worked the first time, I couldn't imagine what I possibly could have done wrong. So we're going to go ahead and put this door skin back together. And basically we just have push retainers all along these areas here, so a couple of them got stuck in the door itself, so I have to reinstall those real quick, but no big deal. So not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the afternoon here, but I don't feel like heating the shop today, and it's just one of those blah days. Sometimes you just got to go out and make it happen. I say now. Had a little trouble getting that back together. Get you guys way back here. The old fingers don't want to work when it's this cold out. It's about, I'd say, 35 out right now. And somewhere I'm missing a panel clip. Oh, I found it. They're not in the best shape, but they're still serviceable. Figures. Of course, I dropped it. There we go. Alrighty. Now these, you have to fish the door handle through it because that panel does not come out. So you fish your door handle through and just get the top of the door over the door lock button. Get that part in, and then go around and get those all lined up and pushed in. Phillips screw in the door handle here and one up here, and I couldn't remember if I had to pull this off. This is actually a separate panel. I got to put the Phillips screws, there's trim screws in there, I got to put those back in. And there's also, sometimes there's a reflector right here, and sometimes there's, on the newer ones, there's a bolt in there, but this was not the case with this truck. Careful when it's cold, these plastic pieces will break very easily. Okay. So not a whole lot to this. I mean, just getting her done. sometimes these bottom screws will get rusted in here so bad that you won't be able to get them out. But again, for just servicing the top of the door, you don't need to remove it, and I forgot about that. It's just a trim type screw with a little, sometimes they have chrome washers on them, sometimes they're black. And then we got a door crank to put back on, and of course you got to remember to put the foam insulator back behind here before you put the door panel on. So now I got to jerk the door panel back off. I'll bring it back on when it's time to test the door. Brain's not working in this cold today.